to already the third video of the series Boost Your Career. I'm so thrilled to see you again, and it's great to see that you're determined to actually make a positive change towards a career that is fulfilling and exciting, where you make use of your full potential. So I hope you have been able to share your visualization with somebody else, and together you have been able to get a bit of an idea of where you see yourself in the future. And you may be wondering right now, okay, that's very nice, where I now see myself in the future, but how is that going to help me right now? So that is what we're going to talk about today. We get into action. So how do we do that? So it all starts with a goal that we work towards too. And from the visualization that you have done, you might be able to draft a goal. So let me give you an example to make it a little bit more clear. So an example of a goal that came out of your visualization might be an exciting job. You would like to have an exciting job. So what is very important here also is that we attach a timeline to it. The more concrete you make your goal, the bigger the chance you actually really go for it. So in this case, we could say 2 months from now. Okay, so we have a goal. You might think this is just very general, very vague, an exciting job. What type of job? What might be exciting? You're correct. It is still a bit general, and that's totally fine. At this stage it can be a little bit general. It will become more concrete the moment you actually take steps towards your goal. So what is next? We're gonna take our first step towards our goal. So what could be a first step? So first step could be that, for example, with the person that you have shared your visualization with, you're going to discuss and see what potential jobs could you further explore that might excite you. Or maybe there are particular projects you can take on in your current role that might excite you. Just to explore if that's something for you. Or perhaps you already have an idea of, what are the type of jobs that you would like to consider, or the particular activities that you would like to pick on that might excite you. And you have a coffee with someone who is familiar in that area, who is having that job or is working in that area, or is doing that type of project. And you explore what he is doing and what is he doing all day and why does he like it so much. Okay, so what is important at this stage, it's not so much that you immediately apply for a job. It's very much about exploring if this is really something for you, if that's something that really excites you. So when you're taking this first step, also try to see what are your reactions when you're having these conversations. So when you're having a coffee with someone and he's sharing what he does all day and why he likes his job so much, do you get really excited as well? Do you feel the energy flowing, and do you feel like you really would like to do that too? Or perhaps you really don't really feel anything. You can't really relate to what that person is saying. When that is the case, it might be that is not really something for you. But when you do get really excited, it might be something to further explore. Okay? So when you've taken your first step, it will become more clear what's your second. What is your second step? Might be you need to talk to someone else, or you want to do some further research on a particular topic. Then your third step will become more clear. And slowly all the other steps will become more clear while you are actually on your path towards your goal. Okay? So when you're taking your steps, it's important that you take steps that take you out of your comfort zone, but they should not stress you too much. So what do I mean with that? This is your comfort zone. This is where you are right now. This is your stretch zone. They also call it the zone of growth. And this is your stress zone. When you're taking steps, try to take steps in this area here of the stretch zone. So an example of a step in this stretch zone could be, like we said before, have a coffee with someone, discuss together and explore what that person is doing and if that's really something that appeals to you. But something in the area that could be more stressful in the stress zone could be immediately applying for a job while you don't really even know what it is about, if that's really something for you. It will cause you a lot of stress when doing that. So try to take steps in this area, okay? So that is going to be the homework for this week. You're going to take your first step towards your coaching goal, towards your goal. And when you're taking this step, try to really plan for it. So for example, tomorrow at this hour, I'm going to call that person to schedule a coffee. Because these things usually take a bit of an effort. So try to take a moment for that and plan for it, okay? So one last thing I want to share with you. It might be while you're taking these steps towards your goal, you once in a while may feel a little bit demotivated. You may think that things that don't go as smoothly as you wished. Or you start worrying and thinking that you will never figure out what it is that really excites you in your career, or that you don't have an idea how you can unlock your full potential, how they call it. That's just very normal. Everybody who's going through this is once in a while demotivated. But let me give you a tip on how to deal with those situations, okay? So when you are in that situation, when you're feeling demotivated, try to look back once in a while. Try to look back and look at all the steps that you have already taken and how far you already got. You often tend to forget that. So next week I'm going to give you some further tips on what to do when things get a little bit more difficult on your journey towards your goal, and how to actually overcome these hurdles. If you feel you need some further support, or you have some questions about this video series, or you have even some feedback for me, just send me, go to my website and there's a contact form, and please drop a note over there. And I get back to you as soon as I can and see how I can help you further. So that's it for this week. I wish you good luck in taking your first step, and I will see you next week.
So simple.